Hey everyone, Glecko here, back with another video. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna do like a little versus battle. So in my previous video, I've some of my two of my most previous videos of my top five or whatever have been reviews of have been reviews of Mashle Magical Muscles and Wistoria Wand and Sword. So I'm gonna take the two main characters from Mashle Magic and Muscles and put them against the final villain of the first season of Wistoria Wand and Sword, and that is the evil Grand Duke. Now, technically, you could say that the mages who summoned the evil Grand Duke are the final villains, but we're just gonna go ahead and count the evil Grand Duke because the cast actually fought him. So, evil Grand Duke from Wistoria Wand and Sword versus Mash, Burndead, and Lance. I chose those two because those are the only two of that team that really actually matters. The other three kind of don't. One more thing. We are putting the evil Grand Duke from when he ambushed Will's team initially. So, full health, okay? All right. So, for those of you who don't know, who may not know, what is the evil Grand Duke? It's a very powerful monster from Wistoria Wand and Sword. It resides in the dungeon on towards the lower levels. I believe it comes from floor 20. It was summoned to the upper floors by some mages, and it was given a protective barrier to help defend against some magic. Remember that. Please remember that. It was summoned by mages, and it was given a barrier by mages. It is extremely strong, fast, and violent. It shrugged off several high-level spells back to back, and it took a lot for it to be brought down, but it eventually was brought down through the combination of Will Surford's sword and coated with Scion's fire. But it seemed that Will got a power-up, so there's more to it than we know. So, the evil Grand Duke versus Mash and Lance. I'm going to give this fight to Mash and Lance. Now, in the story... So, for those of you who may have watched Wistoria Wand and Sword or read it and you saw the fight, because I'm only going off the anime here because I haven't read the manga or anything. Anime for both sides. You would have remembered that Scion said a wand can't destroy it, and Will said a sword can't slay it, and he needed wand and sword. So you're probably thinking, oh, Mash loses. Well, no, because magic can affect it. We saw that Julius's spell, though his spell, not Julius, Wignall, the elf. Wignall was able to bind it, albeit extremely temporarily, but he was able to bind it for a while with his illusion his illusion magic. He summoned branches to get him. So magic can affect him, and Will was able to cut off one of the Duke's wings. I don't know. So it said that the wings were supposed to be impenetrable. Now this was Colette using the greatest of her magic to forge Will a sword, but still, I mean, it's not invincible. Can Mash Burndead copy any of these? Yes, he can. So, and listen, and the fact that Mash is up against two people, because I was originally going to put the evil Grand Duke against another group, but I changed it at the last minute. You're probably going you're probably thinking, well, it's just Mash and Lance. What could they possibly do against the evil Grand Duke? The evil Grand Duke took on Wignall, Julius, Lehana, not Liana. Lehana, Scion, Colette, and Will. And true, that's true. He was a monster. He took on the strongest people apart from the teachers currently at the Magic Academy. Of all the students, those were the strongest. But here is my thing. Mash Burndead actually outpaces all of these people. In fact, I think if Mash and his team fought these guys, they might actually win. Mash has greater speed than any of them. He has greater strength than any of them. and he has greater durability than any of them. And obviously, Mash can't use magic, just like Will. But here is something Mash has over Will in them. Mash has that special. Mash has that special little wand. It's a wand made of an extremely tough metal. It was able to keep a gushing like geyser contained in a shop. So like, how am I trying to explain this? That wand was so heavy that it was able to stop an immensely powerful geyser from erupting for like decades upon decades, and nobody could move it. And I believe they tried all manner of magic as well, but Mash walked over and picked it right up. So that wand is not normal, and it's not really a magic wand. It can't really do anything, but Mash was able to shift it and shape it into various types of tools. Like he used it as a tennis racket. He used it as like a regular wand when he threw it at something. He was also able to use that to shatter a master cane. I forget who he was fighting. He was fighting the guy who had the ability to take whatever damage he got and throw it back at his opponents. I forgot his name, but I forgot his name. Sorry, but with that wand he has is the key. All he has to do is to shape that in the form of a sword. Now Mash has greater, like I said, he has greater speed than him. Mash is able to move faster or on par with sound from where we see him in the anime. In the anime, he was able to keep up with Margaret Macaron and even get a couple hits in on him during their battle. But Mash also has there's one more feat, right, that that really gives him this edge. Well, him and Lance, because I haven't gotten to Lance yet. But Mash, he has also, like, I'm not going to say he no-diffed, but he has survived greater magic than the Evil Grand Duke can produce. The Evil Grand Duke can produce some powerful blasts or whatever, but Mash was able to punch out of Innocent Zero's like dark magic attack. A dark magic attack, by the way, which he used to hurt and injure Headmaster Wahlberg. Now, if that's not enough for you, and which I think it should be, because I think Mash just, after a couple tries, just speed blitzes and like just takes off the Evil Grand Duke's head. But there's another thing, and I just remember this actually. Mash actually fought a beast comparable to the Evil Grand Duke. Remember, towards the end of the second season, Innocent Zero summoned. He took all the monsters he summoned at the Divine Visionary exam arena, and he combined them into one massive monster. A monster that had a barrier on it that no magic could affect, like the Evil Duke had. So, but Mash was able to grab the chain, and he kind of played tug of war with it. And that thing towered over that thing was like a small skyscraper. It was easily much larger than the Grand Duke. Now, I'm not saying size don't mean everything, but Mash was able to match it in pure strength, and he threw it. He threw it so hard, it went through a mountain and exploded. This thing was made of several monsters who were on par with above average mages, like double liner mages. These things were pretty tough. They were pretty tough on their own, but combined, that monster was a beast. Mash was able to match it in strength and then easily destroy it just by throwing it through a mountain. That alone proves his strength is more than the Grand Duke can handle. And if that's not enough for you, then at the very least, he's on par with it. That's not even counting in Lance. Lance uses gravity magic. Why does that matter? Because the mages were able to summon the Grand Duke to fight Will and his team using teleportation magic. So Lance could easily just drop rocks on it or like pin it to the ground or whatnot. And in fact, at one point, Lance got turned into a baby when Innocent Zero, during the Divine Visionary exam, when Innocent Zero showed up to the arena and started attacking, Lance was turned into a baby by one of his henchmen. His henchman was on par with a low-level Divine Visionary. A low-level Divine Visionary being stronger than a academy teacher, by the way. But he was able to, Lance as an infant was able to easily one-tap that with one of his gravity spells. One-tap the villain with one of his gravity spells. So, and that's just as a baby. So Lance has some pretty powerful magic. More than enough to slow down the Grand Duke if Mash isn't enough on his own. You take into account Mash's strength and his strength. Ooh, sorry, I forgot to mention. Going back to the Headmaster Wahlberg thing. Let me just repeat this in case I missed anything. Innocent Zero copied Adam's dark magic obliteration technique. He used this technique on Wahlberg and severely injured him. Yet Mash was able to punch through this attack no problem. This attack potency, even if it was scaled down and even if Innocent Zero held back, was much greater than anything the Grand Duke could produce, in my opinion. It was able to match Wahlberg's space cutting ability, an ability he used to cut a mount like space, like he like cut open blast a hole through a mountain. So I mean, like in terms of attack potency, Mash got it, and Mash can also fly by kicking his legs in the air. So he's got more mobility than the team. Well, I'm not gonna say no. Okay, I'll take that back. He haven't got more mobility than a team, but Mash is still a force to be reckoned with, and he was able to dodge magic attacks from point blank range. Like Mash is a whole nother animal compared to Will. The evil Grand Duke loses. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Mash by himself gives it a good fight. Adding in Lance makes it a stump. This has been Glecko. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you back with more. I'm probably going to do another video when I'm putting the evil Grand Duke against something else. There's another anime team I want him to go up against, but, you know, hey. This is Glecko. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you back with more. See you next time.